students. So we invited animal science students from around Indonesia. It was quite cool. Then because of my success in hosting that national event, then I was trusted to be the head of the Department of Human Resource and Welfare in the student union or student board of the University of Manila. Then in that time, the vice dean of the animal science department chose me to represent the animal science department to have a competition in the university level for the selection of most achieving student in the university, so that after that competition, so the University of Mataram would choose one person to represent the university into the national level. I had a hope to win, but I did realize that I didn't have much quality. I was just an ordinary student. But a week later, and the vice dean of the faculty of animal science just told me that I just won. And I was happy, but I was sad because I would be representing the University of Mataram into the national level. And I was still wondering because I felt that in that time I wasn't qualified enough for that kind of achievement. And I consulted one of my best friends. He said that just keep going. He was actually the winner of the same competition last year. And he said, just keep going with whatever you can achieve with that kind of achievement. Keep capacitate, keep changing, keep achieving more and more. That doesn't mean that one achievement is the end of story. Then after that, I got a chance to join a program that sent me to Australia for a 2-month experience in working in a cattle station, and I took that as part of my field work that I could get a credit for at the university. Being in Australia for about 2 months as a student who did not actually master English, and I was struggling so much because one day somebody said, actually next to me, he was an Australian, and with me was also another student. And the Australian spoke to another Australian, and he said, when you speak to Jason, this person who was next to me, another student from Indonesia, had to be the translator. There was a challenge for me to prove that I could actually become better. Not only the knowledge about animal science, but also in English. And it turned out that as we had a chance to present our experiences in the end of the program before we left to Indonesia, the committee was amazed because they said that I was improving so much, and they didn't expect that I could actually achieve that improvement. And I was happy that they took it as something that they could use to actually inspire other students, especially in the university where I was from, because still to do such program and to get students engaged in international programs, English is one of the major problems that the students would see as a huge barrier for them to move forward. And to try or to try all the possibilities. Then, being a student who had a chance to study or do field work in Australia, in Northern Territory, for about 2 months, I decided to go back to Australia to do a master's degree. Then when I graduated, all I had in my mind was to go abroad to study, especially in Australia. And I was looking for more information about the scholarships and how to get there. And how to get a scholarship, all the processes and all the requirements. As I realized that all those scholarships require us to have a TOEFL score of at least 500 to apply for the scholarship before the scholarship gives us a language training, I started taking my first attempt of TOEFL test. Then I found out that my language skill was actually not good enough for achieving a TOEFL score of 500. Then I decided to just focus on improving my English. But there is something that I did that actually gave me information, or gave me access to the information about the scholarship that I could apply with my current score of TOEFL in that time. It was simply because I kept visiting the university, basically the faculty of animal science where I was studying before. One day I found a lecturer who was the alumni and the ambassador of Australia with scholarships, because she was graduating from Australia with scholarships, and she said that there was an opportunity that I could apply that was actually to improve our English, which was called ELTA, or English Language Training Assistance, provided for several or around 3 provinces in Indonesia, including West Nusa Tenggara. At the same time, I met one of my former lecturers telling me about Indonesian Endowment Fund for Education, which is a scholarship for a master degree program and a PhD. And I told him that I would not be able to apply for that scholarship because my TOEFL score was only 437. And he said, "Don't worry about that. That was the reason why this scholarship was established. This scholarship is established by Indonesian government in 2013 to actually allow all people from all sorts of background to actually apply for that, and also allow all people of any English proficiency to be able to apply for that kind of scholarship." And the thing was, I was accepted by 2 programs at the same time, which were Indonesian Endowment Fund for Education and also Australia Awards Scholarship that would provide me with a 3-month IELTS program, which was a beautiful privilege for me. After having the 3-month IELTS preparation from Australia Awards Scholarship, I had to go through another 6-month IELTS preparation. This provided by LPDP.